Oh, it's so embarrassing to say at 55. I don't think I've clearly chosen a partner that's compatible for me. Yet, with all I know, I'm too smart to have chosen what I've chosen, you know?
Wow, that was a powerful statement. She's too smart to have chosen what she's chosen. Kind of reminds me of the video I just did on Tracee Ellis Ross. Now, I want to welcome you guys to another episode of Wall Watch, where we see how women respond to hitting the wall. Today, my question is, are women compatible with men or anything? I'm asking that because this is a problem that a lot of women are actually having. So I'm interested to know what you think. Comment your thoughts under this video. Now, we're definitely going to go ahead and finish this video clip. Most importantly, have this conversation because a lot of women have been guided in the complete wrong direction in life, or they've allowed themselves to think so far outside of the box that they are lost. Now, I need you guys to do me a huge favor before we have this conversation and see this video clip. Like the video, then subscribe to the channel because I am posting daily content. My name is Bertrand. I am the coolest dude on the planet, and I'm your friend. Confidence and clarity is the goal. So here we go.
Oh, it's so embarrassing to say at 55. I don't think I've clearly chosen a partner that's compatible for me. Yet, with all I know, I'm too smart to have chosen what I've chosen, you know? Yeah. I could have given myself the credit for how intelligent I really am.
This look right here, fellas, this look is the look of sadness and grief, frustration, regret. That's what you're seeing. I know this because I've been on dates with older women, and when they gave me this, what usually followed was her friends went home to a man. She went home to a glass of wine and a pillow, or crying herself to sleep at night. Yes, these are conversations I've had. Let's continue.
Even actually when you were talking in the beginning about, you know, the kind of people who approach you and like, well, that's just who approaches me. I'm like, well, who do you approach?
I don't approach anybody.
Why not?
I've never done that before. Ever. I don't think I've ever approached a man. I've never asked a man out.
Why?
I don't know now that we're talking about it. I mean, now that I think about it, I mean, what is there to lose?
Right. Yeah. And then you get to actually be in the driver's seat and select.
And I do love the driver's seat.
That's the issue right there. The fact that she wants to be in the driver's seat, this sucks. The reason it sucks is because the man she wants, which is the man that all the women want, he's in the driver's seat. The guys she does not want are in the passenger seat, or they're okay with being in the passenger seat. Again, that's the guy she does not want. Let's continue.
To give yourself credit to not just that you didn't pick the right people, but you have to wait statistically for the right person to pick you.
Yes, what a lovely gift. You're so right. Maybe I'll give it a try.
You really should.
I think I should.
Your best sex, your best relationship, your most erotic life is like that way.
Woo!
That's really cool.
It's very cool.
A lot of people.
Very cool.
It's way better.
I do.
Listen, I see what's going on here, but she's setting this woman up for failure. Oh my gosh, she's setting this woman up for failure. Let's continue, because I'll explain that, but let's continue.
Dude, now I want to try it. Oh my God, my girlfriends are just going to be like, we heard you say it on camera. It's on.
Are these friends the friends that's trying to help her get put through the mattress? Or are these the type of friends that's trying to help her get a relationship? The reason I'm asking that is because I believe this woman is literally going to be set up for failure. First of all, there are 2 million more women on this planet than there are men. I'm sorry, in the United States, there's 2 million more women. So what we're constantly seeing, and the reason why this segment exists, is because I'm interested to see what the women are gonna look like and sound like when they have to cope with the fact that they do not get a man. Now, here's the crazy part. When I say there's 2 million more women, I'm including the men that women don't find desirable, the men that are taken, the men who only date younger women, and then the men that actually like men.
I'm dating a broke guy, and it really, really sucks because he has the best personality, hands down.
Right? So that makes me go back and say, well, who is she actually listening to, and what are they actually talking about? Because it seems like she needs to taper her expectations, because what they didn't talk about, which is the most important things, a man's expectations. This is why she keeps saying she's not compatible. So that made me ask, well, are women compatible? Because a lot of women say the same thing, specifically younger women. Now, I literally just did a video on Christina Mackey, who was—
God, men in my comments, you should try to date a regular guy. Why would I do that? Be for real. The passion that boils in my bones, the desire, the decisions I've made every single day.
Christina Mackey, who was saying she would not date a regular guy. And I'm like, that sounds good when you young and you beautiful. But as you age and you get older and you realize you do not have the same options, or that the options tend to go to the men, especially the men who got to the money, who figured out how to make money, who figured out how to have a certain type of lifestyle, all of the women are after that man. All of the women are after that man. Now, the competition for the guys in the top 5% is even more fierce, because now you're battling against age, but you're also battling against beauty. You're starting to lose out on the beauty war, because beauty is something that's fleeting. It's something that fades. It's something that goes away. So I would have loved for them to actually have, and maybe they did, because I know this is just a short clip. Maybe they had a conversation about men's expectations and what they should expect from men, period. Because with her being 55, she's now also going to be battling with everything I just said. Plus, she's going to be having to deal with, does this man even want a relationship? Has this man been married and divorced, and now he doesn't want anything to do with that?
Like a prostitute, so she leaves when we're done, rather than sit here and put a bunch of money into a chick.
The important thing for women to understand is settling. For some reason, settling sounds so bad to a woman, but what they have to understand is men are also settling. As you get older, you're not as beautiful. Some women actually let themselves go. They start eating and eating and eating, and then it's just, you know, you're not as desirable as you once were, which means he's going to be looking off to the next woman. And here's the thing about living in today's times. Women are way more promiscuous. They are way more sexually liberated. This woman being 55, she comes from a time where shame existed, right? That's kind of why she dressed the way that she's dressed, right? Like she's, you know, doing her best to cover up, because she comes from a time where women didn't walk around in lingerie. Women didn't, you know, post booty pictures, breast and booty pictures, trying to get everybody's attention. Women didn't do that, not in her time. But in today's time, the women are doing that. So if this is something she's not willing to do, once again, she lost out on the competition. Now, when it comes to settling for a man, men understand this. Men understand that your beauty is not going to hold up forever, right? It's going to hold up as long as you take care of yourself. Now, speaking of taking care of yourself, with her being 55, right? Another reason why I said this woman was setting her up for failure is because at 55, a lot of people are not in good health. A lot of people are starting to have health issues, especially if you're eating and drinking a certain way, right? Like your body is just not going to be at its prime. It's not going to be at its peak. Now, I get it. Give the woman inspiration. Make her feel good about herself and the decisions that she's made. The issue is she's stubborn. She's selfish. Now you have to ask, where are your relationship skills? Can she actually deal with a man? Can she actually deal with the man that she actually may want, who's going to be in the driver's seat? Is she going to be able to deal with that? Another reason why I said that she's being set up for failure is because what they didn't talk about was rejection. Right? Yeah. Okay. She's going to start going up to guys and, introducing herself or trying to be a bit more flirtatious, right? Where she looks at the guy or she tries to make sure that when they make eye contact, that she gives him some type of choosing signals so that he comes up. The issue will come in where this woman is going to see one of two scenarios, maybe one of three scenarios that's going to constantly play out. Number one is she's going to be flirting with a man who's married, who's taken, who's in a relationship. The next one will be she'll probably run into guys that are not interested in having a relationship, meaning a committed relationship where it's exclusive. It's you and me. It's us together, right? And if she does run into that, somehow, some way, she's gonna find a way to not be interested in that guy. And then the other one is rejection. None of us like rejection. Men don't even like rejection. In fact, men don't know how they're gonna respond to rejection. This is why you hear some guys say, well, it's a numbers game. You're not gonna get every single one. And that is true. But this woman doesn't know that. She may think that she's going to be able to go out, find that guy, that perfect guy, and have him. And then they're going to get to the bedroom and she's going to be successfully put through the mattress. Again, the issue is she's not being mentally prepared for what's realistically out here. I heard her bring up statistically, and then she paired that by saying, wait, well, hasn't she done this waiting thing long enough? I mean, she's 55. She don't really have that much time. And when I say that, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm saying that because...
So if you're dating over 40 and someone asks you, why are you still single? Show them this. I'm going to break down the dating pool for you. We have all the men. You need to take away the ones that are married, aren't age appropriate because we are over 40.
Wait, what is it? What is it that she's trying to achieve? Is she looking to be in a relationship? Is she looking to have someone that she can have exclusively? I keep asking that because as I hear older men speak, right? Older men want younger women because older women are damaged, traumatized, right? This is what makes it hard to be in a relationship with them, right? Now, let me say this. There are some good ones, but the chances of finding one is hard. Oh my God, especially when you think you found one and then all of a sudden her damage and her trauma shows up in places where you didn't think it would show up. And now you're having conversations, debates, and arguments about what was and what happened and all of that. And then you realize, oh my gosh, this is why I didn't want to date an older woman. And then you have to pair that with the fact that her health may not be 100% either. Now, this woman right here, I don't know. On the outside, from the outside looking in, it looks like she's healthy. It looks like she's been taking good care of herself, been eating right. Like, that's literally what it looks like. But a lot of women going through that menopause, it's torture.
And that sent me on my own reconnaissance and my own researching. And that's when I came up with dry vagina syndrome that women have when they're in perimenopause. And I had all the symptoms of what that felt like. And I realized, oh, I'm 54 years old. They say, I learned that perimenopause can start in your late 30s even, in early 40s. Yep. I thought, clearly, I'm 54. But at that point, nobody had really had a serious conversation.
It's torture for a man. Women don't really think about this because it will require them to think outside of themselves or look outside of themselves or see how they're directly affecting someone else. But menopause is something that's serious, right? Because it changes a woman, it changes her mood, it changes her body temperature. She'll want it freezing cold, right? Or she'll want it, you know, blazing hot. And that's not actually the temperature outside. It's something that she's feeling within her body. I'm only bringing this up because I've dated older women, and I'm telling you guys, it's different. What this woman really needs to hear is that she's going to have to settle. She's going to have to figure out what she wants, which is a man, a person, a partner, because men have been trying to shame women into understanding this concept. If you want a man, you have to understand he is not going to be perfect. If you are looking for perfect, you will be by yourself. This is why Kevin Samuels always told women, buy a dog and die alone, because there's things that men are just not willing to deal with. Now, of course, women don't listen, but this is what I will say about this time. This is the best time to be alive because you get to choose how you want to live. This is why I also say, men, reinvent yourself. Adapt to what's going on. Dating has completely changed. We now have women talking about sex and intimacy out in the open for all of us to see and hear. Again, I love the honesty. I love being able to see and know what's going on, because there were times in relationships or with just different women where they were just doing things that I didn't understand, didn't approve of. And I'm okay with the decisions that I've made regarding those women because it paid off for me. But just seeing what's going on and seeing how many women are unhappy, it trips me out. But it brought me to another truth, which is you can't make a woman happy. She has to make herself happy, and then you can add to her happiness. But it's the same for you. A woman can't make you happy. She can add to it. So you have to figure out what you want to do, how you want to live, and then you do your best to live that way. That's why I say, get your mind together, get your body together, get your finances together, and get your spirit together. That way, you're actually enjoying life. So now whatever you add in, you realize that it's either making your life better or it's making your life worse. And then you can discard those things, take them out, get rid of them, but it's really up to you. How do you want to live? That's the most important question here. But I have a better question. What do you think? Comment under this video. Remember, when you are watching these videos, you are becoming the best version of yourself. Now that this video was done, do me a huge favor. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.